Hello everyone, Juggalozen back at it again, Schlub and know it. Back with another installment of Schlub Thoughts. This time, I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. So, as you can see from my fixing foils, this is my double-sleeved Vow of Duty that I ironed out yesterday. And top and bottom profiles are really good. There is a slight reverse curvature, but this is still far and away better than the horribleness that is the Commander Legends product. And so, this works for me, or at least I'm satisfied enough with those results. So I have other curled product of higher rarity that that I'm disappointed that it's so curled that I'm just not gonna play them. It's like this Game Night's second edition product. I mean, was it just heavily curled? That's all of them there. And if you're wondering, where's the white one? Where's the High Cliff Eladar? Well, I immediately had a place for that in a deck. So right out of the box, I double sleeved it and put it in my deck. So it was well taken care of. It never got the curling humidity. So that's something, if you see a card, if you get a foil that you think is precious to you, double sleeve it real quick. That High Cliff Eladar is proof to me. But here we got some Brawl/Commander product that, look, Lathril and Raynar are both brand spanking new. You see that? It's a shame. It's a damn shame. So these are, again, just sadly in a state that I and probably many other people would consider unplayable. And then I got this classification here, this I think it was the bundle version. I got it here just because it's a rare and it's curled, but I'm not sure where I'm going speaking wise with this video. I just thought that I said that this works for me, and I was showing it off on a bunch of commons and uncommons. So I'm just like, you know what? Screw it. Let's just do it. Again, because of the condition of these cards, they're practically dead to me. So I'm going to try to save them. I'm going to try to make them, worth playing to me. So again, I'll turn this over. Oh, and I did get a good comment on my foil fixing video about maybe using a handkerchief or something on top of this. I unfortunately don't have anything like that. I have like a lens cleaning cloth. But what I'm finding is that, so I put that on there, now I can't really adjust the card on a whim, and I can't get the heat that I want, and this of course will absorb some of that heat, so I would have to possibly change my setting. I'm only doing it in one direction, and there is still a little bit of so you're not seeing it here because this is an unplayed card, just warped. But even with this cloth, you kind of get the pattern of the cloth sort of imprinted with the heat. So I'm just like, well, you know what? That was it. It's not the fix that I would like. So that's just me personally. So here we go again. It's warmed up. So I'm just gonna apply some heat. And then start rolling it. Pardon me, a little sniffly. Was shoveling snow for the first time in my life. And I'd like to say hopefully the last time in my life. There you go. That's not bad at all. Not perfect, but not bad. So if we compare this again to one that I haven't played, there's a good difference in the curvature. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in an inner sleeve. And now hopefully that'll, I'll go ahead and give it another pass. And like I said, let me see here. Can I see the... I think I can see a little bit of the damage I was talking about. But again, I just want to get these straight enough to where it doesn't bother me. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. This is a one-time printed Mythic, of which I only have one copy. Okay, I don't think I did much better there, but that's fine. So in you go. Alright, that's that one. So again, let's take some of this commander stuff. So I'll go ahead and do Elf Lady. I mean, look at this. Look at that. It's crazy. So, was it this, tap 10 untapped elves to do 10, and was it to deal 10, heal 10? That's a really good ability. I had that win a game for a buddy of mine this past weekend. But yeah, here we go. Like I said, I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and this is a popular card right here. And I know a lot of people, like, let's say when what was that? Give it one more pass. So, what was the name? There was the legendary, the Grixis legendary, where you can play instants and sorceries from your graveyard. Kess, there we go, Kess. That was a card that was popular for play in formats other than Commander. I think it was like Modern or Legacy or something. And in those formats, if you're gonna go to the tournament scene, you cannot play them if they're warped, because then that's a marked card. And it's something like this that would help in those situations. Where are you? Whoops, nope. Open up, there you go. So there we go. Oh, pardon me. Nose is dripping, pardon me. Whew. So yeah, so like I said, I didn't want to just throw out this video or that last video just looking at these. Not perfect, but better. I need to keep telling myself that. Not perfect, but better. Because even the Vow of Duty in the sleeves. Okay. I didn't want to throw out that last video and just quote unquote sacrifice commons and uncommons and show that I wasn't willing to, as I said, put my money where my mouth is. Ooh, that's hot. And put this on actual cards of value. Ooh, that was a little bit, can I get? There you go, that's not bad. So the biggest takeaway, and I think this is what a lot of Magic players already know, is that you get a foil of any note, you better sleeve that thing triple quick. Triple quick. Because it will potato chip on you. Just like that. Who remembers, at least when I was a kid, you would roll up some paper and then be like a typewriter. That's what that reminds me of. So yippers. Again, just wanted to show. Just wanted to put my money where my mouth is. Because this is a technique. Ouch. If I'm willing to share it, I might as well show that I've got belief in it. Right on. That's good. Okay. I also, so, you know, with limited resources and such, and somebody who likes to brew as much as I do, when I make a new deck, I'll want to take the sleeves off of another deck that I have and use it for the new thing that I'm brewing. And so that happened to me with a deck that I made around the latest Greven, the Predator Captain. Hold on. There you go, this guy. Greven Predator Captain. This is a deck that I enjoy playing, but I already know that it's mean because it uses all of the threaten effects, all the red control your creatures. So I grab control of somebody's creature for dirt cheap, and then I attack with them, and I sack their creature and get all the value out of it. He becomes bigger, I get card draw, and it's backed by all of those black spells that are like, when this thing dies, return it back to play, return it back to hand. So it's got crazy value, and it's got a handful of recursive creatures of its own, so that if nobody's going to play anything, and I got nothing to steal, well then I have creatures of my own that I could sack for the value and then bring them back. So this deck is a favorite of mine, but I already know that it's mean. And I took the sleeves off of this so that I could use its mana base and its sleeves for the partner commanders of Kruk the Thumbless and Vile Smasher the Fierce, which is another deck that I really enjoy. And when I took this out of the sleeve, this was already bowing up on me out of the box like almost all of the Commander products do, these Commander foils. But once I took it out of the sleeves, this thing pringled up on me hard. So I used this technique to try to recover the flatness of this particular card. So again, it was like I said, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. And I'm using it on these cards that have some value. If I had anything more to talk about, I would. Well, actually, I do have something. There was an unboxing video I think I did where I had mentioned the Prismatic Piper and that I had an idea for a video that I wanted to do. And what I wanted to do was, the Prismatic Piper had inspired me to make 5 monocolored decks where the Prismatic Piper would be the commander of each of those decks. So there would be like a shared similarity. There would be what was it, a singular land count, so all of the decks would have the same land count. There would be artifacts that would be shared, and it would just be artifacts would be shared, strategies on the lands would be shared, and it would try to be a representation of what that color does. So I'm not liking that. Not liking that. This one's a little tough. Okay, so like the white one, I decided to make it Voltron control. So there are equipment and enchantments, and then there's white removal, the enchantments that remove stuff until they leave play, board wipes, stuff like that. And then the blue one is all card draw and flyers. What was it? The black one is all about sacrifice. Man, I am not getting this one to my liking. The red one was the hardest one I had to pin down. And that one ended up being aggro artifact. So it does have a lot of equipment, but it also has a lot of artifacts, and artifacts matter, and it's a lot of creatures that want to attack and have haste and stuff. And then the green one is just big dumb green, just pricey big green creatures and ramp. There you go. Not perfect, but better than it was. This already is much better in the hand than comparable. So, oh yeah, so that was what I was inspired to make decks, and then I wanted to make a video showcasing those decks. I was calling it a game of 5 decks, and it was about, so you would have the one Piper. Okay, you'd have the one Piper, and then I would roll a die, 1 through 5, in Wooburg order, and then 6 would be a reroll. But what I also noticed, because these decks were also inspired by the set itself of Commander Legends, so I was using a lot of Commander Legends cards, and that included, you know, these since there were so many legendary creatures with neat abilities that spoke to the color pie. So I had a lot of those guys in the decks that I built, and I realized that in the decks that I built, I had these really neat partner combinations, monocolor partner combinations, which is something new to Commander. So then I ended up making a little side thing where it's like, okay, if you roll a 6 on the die, it's not just a simple reroll. You get to like supercharge the deck. So instead of having the Prismatic Piper as your commander, you could choose any legendary or legendaries that have partner to be the commander of the deck. And so I already had like my favorite legendary partner setup for when I would roll a 6. So you would re-roll, but then it would be a supercharge. Like it said on the packaging of the collector's boosters, supercharge your gameplay experience. So that was my plan. The problem was that the builds, as I was tweaking them and making them a little bit better, they ended up favoring my favorite partner commanders. So the decks pretty much ended up being built for those partner commanders. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna drop the Prismatic Piper thing, and I'm just gonna focus on my favorite partner pairing for each of those colors. So I still have these 5 monocolor decks, but now they're all Commander Legends partner inspired. So the white one ended up being, is his name Arden, the intrepid archaeologist. And that one I'm not completely happy with, but again, it's better than what it was. And Rebecca. So Arden is about getting the free equip, and Rebecca is about protecting your equipment. So that's kind of a neat pairing. Let me see, was it the blue one is, why am I forgetting his name? He has a Elgeth, the Sphinx, that lets you draw when you scry. And then the Jin, I think it starts with the Eye of the Storm. Man, there seems to be a part of these cards that I'm missing. There you go, okay. Siani, the Eye of the Storm. Ouch. Where it's, whenever you attack with it, you get to scry X, where X is the number of flying creatures you're attacking with. So in combination, you attack with it and your flyers, and instead of scrying so many, you draw that many. which is insane. It's insane value. The black one, I ended up making Tevesh Zat, Doom of Fools, and Baron Singer, the new Baron Singer. So, like, I can see where people are kind of angry with Baron Singer. There are people that are calling him unplayable. Was it if he stays out there though, like, he can be Magical Christmas Land real quick, because the black deck is all about sacrificing for profit. So and the Tevesh Zat is both, you know, was it a fodder maker and a sack outlet. So you make the two thralls, or you sacrifice something and then you get 2 cards out of it, which sounds amazing to me. And those are both pluses for freaking Tevesh Zat. And I personally despise Tevesh Zat's ultimate, and I never even use it. To me, it's not worth it. I'm just gonna keep making little dudes, or I'm gonna keep drawing cards with them. And the Baron Singer, he gets 2 counters for everything that dies. Not your stuff, everything. So when you make everybody sack, he gets huge. And if he's your commander, he's already flying. So it's real easy to get commander damage victories with him. Whoa. It's real easy to get commander damage victories with him. So the combination of having the fodder maker... Man, that was quick. Of having the fodder maker and Baron Singer together, it's just like, it's a really strong combination, and it's one of the stronger decks that I made. And then the red one, again, like I said, the red one was the hardest for me to pin down, but I ended up making Jessica Thrice Reborn and Rograk, Son of Rogat. So that one, I tried to take advantage of all of the keywords that Rograk has by putting in a lot of equipment. Stuff that could make him bigger. Well, of course, because you're playing equipment. And then, and so you can make really weird equipment that doesn't do a lot, and just focus on the keywords that Rograk has, or you can just have equipment that makes him big, like Blackblade Reforged. Blackblade Reforged with Rograk is ridiculous, because you make him gigantic, and then he has the evasion of Menace to help him get through, or to help clear boards with the damage. So you have that, then a bunch of little artifacts to get incidental value. The Inspiring Statuary, I think it is, the one that pretty much gives all your non-artifact spells improvise, so that you can tap your equipment to help pay for stuff. That's really good. And then the more times you cast Rograk, the better Jessica is. So you can have Jessica start the game at 2 loyalty, because you will have cast Rograk before. And then you can start doing really crazy things with multiple casts of Jessica. So in the early game, you can equip Rograk with something quick, something cheap. There's those 2 equipments that make treasures. Those are more artifacts for you to make use out of, and it's also ramp. And Rograk has the evasion, so it's easier for you to get through to a player. So you can do that real easy. If somebody has an early game play, you can play Jessica and clear the board of 3 targets for 2 damage. And if you're going to attack somebody that doesn't have anything, then you can do the triple damage with Rograk, and that's triple commander damage super early in the game with his crazy ass evasion. So it's just all about playing Jessica and playing Rograk over and over and over while getting the value from the artifacts. Come on, you're feeling a little weird to me. Okay. So that one is of the 5, that one's my favorite because it's so unique feeling to me. And I see everybody wanting to do Rograk with the new Achroma, Vision of Ixidor, I think that was the name. And I'm asking myself, why would you pay so much to give Rograk, +3/+3? Because he would be a +1/+1 for each of his keywords. That does not seem worth it to me. There you go. That's not too shabby. So I also have these mystery booster foils, and you can see that there's different states that they're in. And this is also, disappointing, but it's not Commander Legends disappointing. So they've just been sitting in my box of mystery booster pulls, and they got curled pretty quick. Let me see what's one I want to save, like that Sundial of the Infinite. I want to save that one. So then the green one, again, big dumb green, but I end up going with Galanra and Kodama of the East Tree. And I really like the combination of those two because number one, the cheaper commander Galanra. Ooh, this one feels good. It's like a different cardboard too. Interesting. So the cheaper of the two, Galanra, is mana ramp, which is really good. And if you play a card that costs 6 or more with the mana that Galanra creates, that's funky. If you play a card that costs 6 or more with the mana that Galanra creates, then you get to draw a card, which in conjunction with, let me see what else. Norin, I guess. So in conjunction with Kodama of the East Tree, where when a permanent comes into play, you get to put another permanent of equal or lesser value into play. That can be really good, because you could play something, have nothing in hand, but before it hits the field, and then when it hits the field, with Galanra's ability, you could draw into something that you could put for free. That's just really neat. It's just, I tap Galanra for a mana, I play this 6-drop. So now that 6-drop is on the stack, you trigger Galanra, so you get the card draw. And now that 6-drop hits the field, and maybe that card I drew is something that I can put into the play for free. So that's really neat. I really like that interaction. And Kodama of the East Tree is just flat busted. Because you're getting, it's practically double mana. Practically. Because you get all this, you get so much work out of the mana that you use to play stuff with Kodama. As long as it's all permanents, you get so much work. The land doubling too, so it might as well just say, you play an extra land on each of your turns, except that, let's say you use, like Kodama's Reach. So you put a land into play, and then that was a little bit too forward. Okay. You put a land into play tapped, and then you put one into your hand. So when that spell resolves, Kodama will see that a land was put into play. So you get to put another permanent that costs 0 or less. That could be the land that you just put into your hand. So now you got both of those lands into play. And that second one will be untapped, which could allow you to do something else. Just Kodama is a ridiculous card in my opinion. But yeah, so that's what happened with that idea. I ended up kind of dropping it. Ooh, where am I seeing it? Oh, the Norwin went kind of funky too. Weird. It's like different sets have different feels. And as I said from the beginning, not perfect, but better. Now this Norwin, I'm going to give Norwin one more pass. So that's what happened with that idea. And maybe, like, I wouldn't mind doing a deck tech video. Anybody who's still listening to this shit, congratulations. Thank you very much. Ouch. But I would like to do a deck tech. I just know that it's a lot of work. It's a lot of editing for a schlub that ain't really never done nothing like this before. If you've ever seen, you want to see my foray into editing, my dipping of my toe into the pool, go watch my how to play Here to Slay. That stupid thing, as cheap as the production value is, and as relatively little as there is there, took me like 8 hours. And that's where I'm like, whew, you know, with an editing, mad respect, because that's real work. That is real work. So there we go. Like I said, I put my money where my mouth is, and I put all of these to the iron. And you saw the condition of these two before I put them to the iron. And I was willing, like I said, to put my money where my mouth is. It was in the sleeve, you can't really see anything. Yeah, in the right light you can see it. But if it was gonna be so dramatically curled that I didn't want to play it, then what's the point? So again, that's just me showing this off. Maybe it helps you. Maybe it don't. Maybe just look at me like a fool. Whatever, maybe I am. Who knows? Who knows? But thank you for joining me on this one. On this long ass just talking and ironing out cards. Which sounds really freaking stupid. Yeah. Ironing out cards. So, thank you very much for joining me on this one. Stay sharp, my friends.